Alright, I did see one of these submissions in Dusk's queue that was getting talked about. So we'll give it a shot here. It's definitely a combo I'm comfortable with. I mean, if Hellhorn's involved, that's always the case. But I actually find that probably for Umbra secondary, this might be the best. I mean, it's really no massive difference between Prince and Queen, I would say. I used to think there was. I think overall there's not that much difference between the overall value you're going to get. Queen's a little bit better, but not that much. The Queen's Implings, though, are definitely better than Torch, I would say. Starting with Space Prism, I already like it. The rest I don't care too much about, but starting with the Imp at least leaves Transcendent as an option, as like a carry unit. Alright, probably, yeah, we don't have anything for Brawlers, so we'll just start Wrathful. Refracting Lenses or Mind Jacks. I think it's very unlikely we would set up mid. Unless it's like Umbra. And it's not. There's a Hellhorn. And a Hellhorn. Very, very, almost guaranteed we set up top. Plus I got the Space Prisms anyway. So it's just a pretty easy Refracting Lenses. Okay, that's interesting. All of them are good. Railhammer may not end up doing anything if I don't get a Steelworker. The Forever Flame could enable a Demon Fiend if I have to, but I wouldn't really want to. The Cheater's Hand might be the call here. I'm just thinking... honestly, probably not, though. With the Space Prism, I'm like... why would I want to overstack a floor? The thought there would be that I could, like, intrinsic stuff, or just, like, you know, bring the units back. I kind of feel like it's just Forever Flame, maybe. Forever Flame's guaranteed to give me value. My Imps will be free. My banner units will be free. It technically opens up, you know, Demon Fiend if I really have to. We just take that. It's not like Steelworker needs Railhammer to be good. Alright, easy take here. Might... let's see. You break even here. We'll just do this then. Do that. Do that. I mean, Molting Imp definitely is powerful early. Probably should have plinked first, but whatever. It's really not too big a deal. That draw leaves much to be desired. Whatever. A little bit more rage. Suppose I could have got more armor though if I hit myself twice. Suppose I hit myself out of range of being able to survive 2 hits, so that was pretty stupid, but having a refracting lenses makes me not really all that worried. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage, though. I mean, that boss is stupid. If I took a hidden passage, it would only be for displacing enemies. This looks like a skip to me. Yeah, it's not too good. Could take one more Space Prism. I could take a pack more souls. I think I almost just commit to not doing Umbra, though. Because I have this, there's pretty much no chance that I'm not getting a useful Hellhorn unit. Could just get some backline clear, though. With the 2 Space Prisms, I don't know that I really need another. Yeah, let's just do that. the Hellhorn units, or the Hellhorn drafts, were as bad as they could be. Okay, pretty sure we just take Deranged Brute, even though we technically do have Rage with the Hornbreaker Prince. And give it some health. Roll for Endless. Or sorry, roll for Multi. Do I take Endless? I highly doubt it. Yeah, I highly doubt it. Alright, we get a Multi, so we got our banner unit figured out. Take that. Messed that up. It's alright, we really don't need energy, I would say. Alright, we'll let him get that 10 armor. Give you a little rage too. Especially since technically I lose 1 here. Wow, that's annoyingly damaging. We just do that. I could get lifesteal. I might as well keep that open for a plink. Do I torch myself? Yes. That time it worked out. I don't really need another unit up here. Very easy choice. Kind of easy too. Or is it that? With the Forever Flame, I mean, I don't know that. We got the Mind Collapse, we got the Pyre Chomper. Maybe I should have gone the Endless on that Pyre Chomper, I don't know. Because then I could just put yeah, if I was thinking a little bit more, I would have done that. Because this steel, I don't think I can justify going for Endless there. Most likely what I do is I Hellvent the Fledgling Imp. Self-infuse. Hope for a ×5. If not, we will just Hellvent the Imp twice. But 1 self-infused Imp should be enough with 2 Deranged Brutes to get it done. If I don't find any other like Dark Deal and stuff. I have to wonder if Immortal Trade is like the call here. I think it is. $30 power and intrinsic. Those are potentially I could take the Crucible Warden into the Deranged Brute. There's not a whole lot else that I would put into the Deranged Brute. And the other option is like I just put the Fledgling Imp into the Deranged Brute. Because the steals ain't looking good. Other than the very last one, which it's like whatever by that point in the game. Shit is what it is. Like I'm thinking maybe I could just put the Fledgling Imp into the Deranged Brute. As weird as that is. I think that's what I do actually. I'm gonna do this first. I mean, the thing with the Deranged Brute is you really don't need much rage to, you know, make it pop off. Interesting. I don't think that that's good for us. It would make our, you know, these things powerful, but I don't think so. Intrinsic there, and hopefully eventually a spell chain. 30 there is fine. We're going to Shardville immediately. that's okay. I wonder if I should do this. It is double exploder. I probably need to put the brute in front. Because he's going to drop here. Alright. We would actually really like to get the, what do you call it? The, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The artifact that doesn't, you know, that I guess. The artifact that doesn't have the rage go away. I might be open to, you know what, we don't even care. We'd rather just get the, we might as well just sacrifice all these things. So you're gonna get your armor back. I think we're still okay to do this. Can't underestimate how large this, oh, he's at actually like almost dead. Need to get that immortal trade. But yeah, I need the artifact that keeps my rage from going away. Probably. Would be good. Or just like a dark deal. Even an inflame would be good enough. Or we just take this. Granted, I did say these steals kind of suck. This steal, I guess, is hittable. I think in any rate, it's going to be useful because it's going to count. You know, if I draw it after the brutes, which is very likely, it's just going to give me more rage. But yeah, we'll try to get like... Okay, Steelworker would have been the best other thing that I could put into this, but... Trying to think defensive way. Funny thing is, like, we may end up setting up middle, maybe, if I don't get a tiresome climb. When the other option is I just take a steelworker, but I don't know. I don't know how that. I don't have enough room for that, obviously. Unless I want to take pip upgrades, which maybe I do. I don't really need a draw upgrade with this deck. Let me just fit that on the floor. I need to be careful with my shards. So if I take a pip upgrade, though, then I still, you know, I only have one leftover pip currently. If I take the pip upgrade, then I fit the steelworker on the floor only after I hit the second space prism. Kind of wishing I took the other space prism that was offered. I didn't really know this was the type of run it would be. Which is to say, kind of a non-conventional one. You know, granted, I could have just went for the 50-50 for Endless at the steel. My thought there was like, the only thing that's useful to me there is Endless because I already got my upgrades on the Deranged Brute. If I would have thought it out a little bit more, maybe I wouldn't have took the 25 health on the Brute, but I just felt like I'm almost always going to want that. Yeah, defensively, I suppose I could just set up on the middle floor, worst comes to worst. Even then I can't, though, because I didn't get Mind Jacks. I think I do kind of need the Steelworker. But I don't know. I'm going to try to find some other defensive option. Leave myself open. I mean, I can still find, like, the branding right, stuff like that. Here we're going to the right. This kind of works. The Capricious Reflection could be bad. It could hurt. It could make me not able to get branding right. This is just gonna be helpful. Okay, Light Skift is definitely something. The other thing here is I could just take a Sketches, but then Hornbreaker Prince was actually pretty important to my build. Could have some issues. Also Transcendent, the other imps, yeah, that's probably not happening. Light Skift I'm liking quite a lot. Then I only have to worry, then I just need like a tiresome climb and I'm good to go. But every fight up until then I'll be fine. Get rid of planks, I guess. They're pretty useless to me. At least the other stuff's all free and stuff. Okay, I could also probably get a point of Brawler here. I'm trying to think if there's really any reason to take additional points of Wrathful. Starting with an extra 10 armor is the same as getting 10 extra health. And I just hit more often. It has to be good, right? Armor 15 is fine. I doubt we really care about that. We're going to wreck everything that comes our way. Now, I think we do the same thing where I put our dude in the middle. Let's get rid of this damage shield. We did get this. If I put this here, I can eventually torch it to death. This is already dying though, so that's like unnecessary. Just put it there. Do I need Ember for anything? Not really. Why don't we... Here. Alright. So kind of a waste to do this, even though I don't need the energy. Even just torching my dude is probably more worth. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. That's probably not even worth it. I mean, it doesn't functionally matter, but... Oh, there's a Transcendent. Good, good, good. And we definitely want to let that just come up. GG. Let's either skip or take important work. I'm probably never, even if I never get endless on the Transcendent, probably never removing it. Or never removing any of the imps. But, I don't know. It's good if I end up with like an endless Transcendent, and that's about it. Granted, I will have two 50/50s at that. I'm still not sold if this side or this side is better. I mean, this has a caverns. I'm going to have a lot of money. In a lot of ways, just simply getting like an Ashes of the Fallen or any rage-related artifact would be good. I kind of think we're going left here, which makes us only the one 50/50, which makes me not want to take this. Skip. No need of that. To be honest, I don't even really need a... maybe I do double stack that, to be honest. I'll just intrinsic this other one. Hurts my draw a little bit, but now I don't need to hit spell chain. And if I do, great. I'll have another spot. Like I said, I shouldn't go so hard on shards, but like Definitely double stacking this is like, I don't have to hit days now because I can just use that. I'm not gonna like hell vent it or anything. Is there any use to me re-rolling here? Like, I don't care about like consumer move. I don't care about holdover. I suppose holdover immortal trade is not unrealistic, but it seems like I just save all of my money, right? And yeah. I think so. Alright, it's not stealth moss, so we can just have a pretty easy time here. Spikes is going to be largely nullified by my immortal trade. We'll do the same setup. Every single unit there actually got sharded up. I don't think there's any point in waiting on this. And I think we just double torch this. Wow, we actually have so much rage, and I'm not even able to get the kill with the Hornbreaker Prince. That would be a reason to put him in the front, I suppose. Alright, you're taking hits. Let's fix that. Alright, he's getting stuff. I almost don't want to kill anything, to be honest, just so I can get armor on my dude. Yeah, we don't need to do anything. Alright, do you one-shot me? Either way, it would go here, right? We one-shot him, so it doesn't matter, really. He, in fact, did not one-shot me, so the lifesteal was helpful. Thanks for the 25 gold. I mean, I'm not going to not take the Tiresome Climb, but then again, maybe I don't need it. As we've determined, maybe the Dark Deal is better. But again, maybe I don't need that. It doesn't seem like I need the Dark Deal, honestly. Tiresome Climb solves the only issue that needs solving anymore. Crucible Extension. Eventually I would like... I don't know. I would have to get to, what, 2 spell chains? Yeah, we got 3 of these, but it's likely we get 1 spell chain. At that point, I just need this. I think I'll take it. Alright. 800 gold, we're going left. We did want that. It's still not that impactful, but it helps my deranged brutes particularly. So we know there's no railhammer, so the thing will only be 5 armor. Still could be okay, because I'm probably going to go decently high on shards here. And it just makes it so if I don't... Here, let's see, are we getting intrinsic here? We are not. I don't even know if I really need to do that. It's largely useless. But, I mean, I'm going to be Ember Drained so hard that it really isn't. I could take the Firebox with it, though. Maybe it allows me to play Crucible Extension through one of these. It's Ember Drain 4. I could definitely survive that. I guess I'll take it. I'm not facing any Scourges. I guess I'll take this. Pretty good overall. Just generally useful artifacts, but not necessarily. We would have much preferred like a Gurg's Goad or a Ashes of the Fallen. But we're gonna win this for sure, I think. I mean, I know we are. This is like, look at that. That's everything we need actually to win. I'm curious, like, should I just not play anything now from here on out? Honestly, there's like, kind of, like, could just do that, honestly. Do I play this Transcendent in front? I feel like I should just do this so I get all the armor here. Now, just to prove a point, I'm gonna not play anything for the rest of this fight. And I may even get a flying kill out of it. Alright, technically I'll play that just so I get a score boost. But we didn't need it. For the record, we definitely did not need to play that. So, like, yeah. This is Hellhorned for you. This is how it is. Alloy, not really needed, right? As we just saw there, the only thing I really need to do is Dazed Divinity, and that's kind of it. If it's Penitent, I don't really even care about that. So we could take one more Brute here. I don't mind even doing this. You always pretty much want to play that. Yeah, let's take one more Brute. We'll get rid of the last plank. Probably don't need the torches, honestly, at this point. Now, there will be a lot of incoming extinguish damage here, but I just don't think I'm like particularly worried about it. I could take some of these out. Because I'm not super confident about my ability to survive here, I'm going to play some cards. But, you know, not too many. I could wait on this or just play it now. I'm just going to play it now. It'll die and give me... I did just screw myself out of that, but that's okay. Alright, we didn't get this actually, but oh, we kind of did, because I can just do that. Perfect. Play that for the hell of it, I guess. Here, let's get you some rage. Probably don't need another one of those. Could use another one of them. Because I kind of want to get another one of those strange priests. But I'm like maybe just the Transcendent at this point. Should go for some flying kills. You know, I would have had them on the fell had I played cards, but it's okay. You just spell chain that. I don't think we want the Transcendent to Alive. Now it is endless. It is endless. I guess we do that. It does make my Transcendent a little bit harder to die, but that's okay. Okay, we can put some health on some of these brutes. I will do the Endless Imp, and I guess that's what I'm going to put my thing on. Do I want that to be quick? I don't really think I do. Doesn't really help me at all. Let's do that. Get rid of one torch. We can keep, like, they're not really going to be useful to me because they're not able to kill my Transcendents, so we can just get rid of them. Oops, and I need to do, before I forget, we want that. So it's like, see how many ways you can win with Hellhorn. We already had one, but now we're going to win in a different way. Might as well just put this here. Keep that there. Alright, he's back for more. Do that. Put you there. Put you there. We could redraw this next turn, so I won't play this. I was like, I could stack it to that floor. Unfortunately, this guy's never going to die again. I went to the bottom, though. I thought he was going to go mid. Well, we might as well just put him up here and get the flying kill next turn. Yeah, you're dying, so that should work. And that's that. Alright, we start off with this able to daze. I wonder if I want to do that, though. Seems like I might get better. Yeah, I could die if I don't, so I guess I better do that. I mean, I wouldn't lose, but I don't want Hornbreaker to die. Alright, you can both die there. Take one of you out. Actually, we can lose one from the extinguish here, so that's good. I'll put that there. We should put one of these down first. It'll extinguish. Then we can do this, and it'll extinguish. And now we're pretty close to killing. Take one of these out. that is all she wrote. So that was a pretty blessed run, I would say. But we'll have to see what people did. My guess is people aren't taking Deranged Brute because people, like, I swear, like, nobody like properly evaluates this unit, because if you're not evaluating it as the best unit in the game, then you're not evaluating it properly. It's literally the best unit in the game. It's better than Apex Imp. It is the most, in terms of takeability, you know. I don't even know if the ceiling of Apex Imp is better than Deranged Brute, honestly. I mean, look how much ridiculous damage we were doing there. But let's put it this way. There's more ways to gain rage than there is to gain armor. And this guy applies to any of your units. The Apex Imp, I could even go further and say without Trample or Multi, it's even not that amazing. Don't get me wrong, Apex Imp is one of the best units in the game, but Deranged Brute is better, I'm telling you. So, yeah, let's see what people did. A 69, they probably did it, yes. They had the Dante. Granted, yes, the Dante is absolutely fine, too. So they went with, I would say, a more traditional way about going about it. I don't typically do. I guess the thing I've noticed, with Fledgling Imp is it's really good to have it endless. Obviously, that's like the ideal thing. But with a Deranged Brute, you actually don't even need it. Depending on the setup, you can put Fledgling Imp into Deranged Brute. You could self-infuse Deranged Brute. Or you could just never hit endless on a self-infused Fledgling Imp and just have like 2 or 3 of them. All of the above wins you the game usually with a Deranged Brute. So that's kind of why I didn't really bother. Just looking at the map, I didn't bother going that route, but this is absolutely fine, right? And it looks like there's a lot of endlesses on this map. At least 2 of them, because they got 2 here. And then they had the quick Demon Fiend Dante. We had the same starting relics, so I like that. Important Work probably makes more sense with this deck, because they probably had at least one of these endlesses before they saw that. So similar idea, just use the Deranged Brute to get a bunch of damage to your Dante and blast stuff. This one also did Dante. The thing I knew with my build is, like, because I wasn't gonna hit Merchant of Steels, like, the Dante just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because vanilla Dante is like whatever. It's still good, but you want some health on it usually. Spikes. If I had never found Light's Gift and stuff like that, then he would just be kind of a liability along with the candles. They had the Steel Worker. You know what though? This one did not take Deranged Brute, and you can see that they got much less of a score. I just don't think taking Steelworker over Deranged Brute, even without any rage in place, makes sense. I'm also not a huge fan of the taking Brawler Prince over Wrathful. Somehow they didn't take any damage. I don't know what happened there, but I'm actually a bit surprised that they took no pyro damage, because we took a ton the first fight. And so did this player. I don't really know why Brawler would have... granted, we did make a mistake from shooting my own guy too much. Maybe Doge made the same one. But yeah, they must have just... I don't know what went different there for them to not take any damage. But I guess they just navigated the first fight better than we did. But in my head, I'm like... I can't see too many reasons why Brawler would outperform... Wrathful on the first ring. I would have expected them to take a bunch of damage. But again, maybe just like not torching themselves got them enough there. And they, yeah, so they didn't go with the with the deranged brute. I think they would have had a much easier time, but it probably is just splitting hairs because honestly, you have a quick Dante, you got full brawler with self-infused endless fledgling imp. That's obviously going to win you the game, and it probably wasn't very hard. And then they got eventually an endless transcendent, which also is fine. And I have to wonder if maybe they couldn't take the during. And again, not starting Wrathful actually made it harder to take Deranged Brute. So I kind of see why maybe they took Steelworker. I still would take Deranged Brute, I think, but yeah. See, this is more what I would expect to see, like a near death. This would be a death without the refracting lenses, by the way. So that's why I really don't like starting Brawler when there's no scaling. You could, I guess, hit scaling with a plank. Maybe that's how the other player got through. They kind of just got like an attack or lifesteal on their Hornbreaker Prince with a plank. That could be my only thought. But like outside of that, you're just taking a bloodbath. And again, it just goes back to the deranged brute. I think that you don't end up able to take the vastly superior unit, which is the deranged brute. And I still hold to that. I hold to that deranged brute is the best unit in the game. So they took too much damage because of Brawler Prince. I'm just spitballing here, but I'm thinking they must have hit like a nut draw on the plank morsels here, and then maybe this player didn't. Otherwise, there's not anything else different here. I guess technically there's a rail hammer, but again, that's only just saying I'll have 4 extra initial armor. I can't imagine that would account for 32 damage, but I have to think it's the plank. And then, the endless, I wouldn't put it on this. I would put it on this, if anything, even with this. There's just like, but maybe you have to. Maybe because you don't have any backline clear. But that's also kind of, I don't know. I don't hate putting endless on an imp. I feel like it would have been better to put on the chomper. But right now, immediately it would have been better on the imp. So I kind of get it. And they were on 8 health, so I kind of get the play. And I suppose being on 8 health with Brawler Prince and not Wrathful Prince, you have to take the Steelworker maybe to have a chance at Relentless. Because the Deranged Brute doesn't technically add any damage there. Deranged Brute starts with 10 attacks, so it's the same attack. So I get it. But I kind of guessed it right? Like I said, like, if you're not making it through this run or having a tough time, it's because you don't have Deranged Brute. And that was the case. Granted, if they would have just survived this ring, they would have been fine. They had a Brawler Prince. They would have had a fledgling endless. They would have been able to just put the endless. They already had endless, so they could just put the fledgling imp into this imp, and they would have been good to go. But it kind of goes back to me, like, let's say that there was never a deranged brute. Say it was Steelworker and something useless like a Consumer of Crowns or something. So you have to take Steelworker. And I have to go back and say that had you started Wrathful, you would have been infinitely better. And let's say everything else you found the same. Like, yeah, you're not going to have multi-striking Prince at that point, but we're talking Hellhorned here. You're incredibly likely to find something that will just be better than your Prince at that point. You're taking Wrathful just to cover the early game. And then any potato can work with Rage, especially if you find multi-strike in it, or you might just get like a Horned Warrior that already has multi-strike. Rail Beater, which kind of has multi-strike in a way, so on and so forth. So I really, I know there's like different schools of thought, and I'm probably one of the few. I feel like I'm in the minority, saying that Wrathful Prince is almost always the superior start, unless you're starting with a ritual or fledgling imps, or like a razor sharp edge, something to scale the attack. I really think Wrathful is the way to go, but I think I've beaten that point too much, and I'll just call it good there. I mean, I could also say other things, like I don't think it was worth taking a Fortify. It's just they're very non-impactful. There are little things here like that. The pack morsels, I'm not sure I like that much either. I guess they're thinking it's a way to maybe scale the prince. It's not guaranteed to scale it. I think I'd rather get what was it? The Immortal Trade. Was that what I took in its place? Then you're just able to get defense. But I get it probably with what they were kind of backed into a corner here. Pack morsels probably was the best call. You probably don't need the Mind Collapse. I think I took a Mind Collapse there, right? Not the Immortal Trade. Whatever I took, it wasn't this. It was either Immortal Trade or the Mind Collapse, which for my deck made more sense. For this deck, probably the Pack Morsels makes more sense. But again, it's kind of a desperation move in my opinion. It's like you're really hoping that you get some attack for your prince the one time you play this, and you'll get 5 health from it, sure. It's just not that consistent. It's the Umbra problem, basically. The only Umbra morsel card I'm excited to see is Making of a Morsel, because I know what I'm getting there, and I can rely on it. I will get my actual scaling from that, even if the scaling isn't that good. And in some cases it is good, but it pales in comparison to the Hellhorn scaling, as we can see here, unless you're getting a Shroud Spike. Even then, I don't think it would scale the way that we just scaled. Anyway, though, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.